Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, I'm going to let you in on my secret to get your friends set up for success on your next server. So I'll be going over how to take someone who's never played before to a fully functional gear set before they join you on the new server in under 2 hours. So for this method, we're going to need two things. One, you'll need to be established on a server that's in a later phase that you haven't left yet. So preferably something in phase 4 or older. You'll also need a friend that either one, hasn't played on your current server, two, is okay starting over, or three, you can even do this with an alt account of your own if you want to have a backup or try out a new build. So how this works is we're basically going to be power leveling our friend or alt or whatever up to level 50, and then they can reap all the rewards of a new character, like getting 15 to 20,000 Starchrom with zero effort. That's enough to make a full set of legendary gear with some left over to gamble. So I did this with 3 friends yesterday that wanted to play on my new server that I'm going to be transferring to tomorrow. The first one never played before, so I wanted to give him a huge boost before we moved. We plan on going to hard mode, and I thought if I bring a new player into hard mode without an established set of gear, that it might be a little too hard for them. So I thought this was like a perfect opportunity to test this out. The second one just wanted to have a new character because they kind of messed up their gear. So I told them about the method and they thought it was exciting. So they left their old character and then they came over with this new character. And then the third one wanted to have a new character that they can play on both PvE and PvP. And we also wanted to test the waters with hard mode before we committed his main to anything. So right now we're on a PvP server and our warband is undecided because of all the stuff that's going on with the second scenario when that's going to go live, and we don't want to get trapped in a server, but we also don't want to not have anything to do. So this is a great way that we can have multiple characters that we can go play on a PvE server or another PvP server and just wait until we figure everything out before moving our mains. So how do we accomplish this? The first thing we're going to need to do is get our friend or our alt onto the new server. So to do that, you're going to want to go into your profile and click on the view special invitation code, and this is where you're going to find the code to give your friends. So on your friends side, they're essentially going to go to the server list, they're going to find your server, and they can use the search feature up above if they need to. So what I'm going to do here is I'll show you on a random server. So here you can see that there's currently unavailable registration because it's reached our limit, so this is what your friend will face. They'll go ahead and click confirm. It's going to put the server there. They'll then hit enter game. Here we're going to have the ability to click on this special invitation code. So if we click X and then we type in that invitation code that we gave our friend, they'll then be allowed to jump into the server. So once they're on the server, they'll need to run through the tutorial, which you can do real fast. Basically just speed through there. And then once you get into the actual zone, they will need to go through and complete the first town in order to unlock commissions, which we're going to use the speed level. So essentially, once they're out, you'll want to bring them some mats if you can, or at least like a drill or something to speed the process up a little bit. I just brought my friends some raw mats because I have a ton of them in my building. And then essentially they'll go through that, they'll do the 4 rift anchors. When they get to the final boss, you can jump in and you can help kill them. And then once that boss is completed in the first zone, which should, the whole entire process up to now should take less than an hour, then they'll be able to power level, to be able to access commissions, and commissions are what we're going to use to basically go from, like level 1 or 5 or whatever they end up being at the end of the first, all the way up to, level 50, where we can start claiming all of our rewards and get all of our basically free Starchrom. And that process, again, is going to take you less than an hour. So let me walk you through how to do that. So first we want to make sure that our friend or our alt is actually a friend of ours. So we'll go through and we will invite them to be one of our friends, and then here you can just search and set them up. After that, you can then invite them to the hive, and then once you invite them to the hive, you're going to want to make sure that their friend permissions are set up. You'll need to enable access to your facilities, enable your building so that they can build in your facilities, and also enable storage. So these 3 things are very important in order for them to be able to use all your facilities to power level. So once that's set up for your friend, you'll have them teleport to your location, and then once in your location, this is when they're going to go through and start doing their commissions. So now that they've completed the first story mode, they don't even have to make it to the second town. They'll automatically have commissions open. They'll just hit tab. They'll go over to summon V. From V, they'll hit F. They'll do view commissions. And then here, they'll get a list of commissions. They'll be starting on week 1. And essentially, we're going to bang out 5 of them, then we'll do 2, then 3, then 4, and then by the middle of like week 5, they're already going to be level 50. They won't even have to do week 6. So the experience here is amazing, and it ramps up as each of the weeks go on. So this is kind of like their catch-up mechanics, but we're taking advantage of it and basically almost cheating, but I would say taking advantage because we want to hurry up and get to level 50. So what we're going to look for are like super simple ones. So here we have like use activator to recover hit points 5 times. Build any 5 pieces of furniture, stuff like that. Purify territory, no. So we would hit the little circle one. Now the first few are going to be free. I've been doing this. So it's showing that I have a spend, but you really don't have to worry about that. Essentially, you're just going to go through and you're just going to keep refreshing it until you get something simple like, you know, take 5 camera pictures or build or like take 5 camera pictures or craft 250 shotgun bullets or craft 30 arrows or craft 5 activators or use 5 activators like we have here, or craft basically anything crafting. Because you already have the mats in the house, so they're able to use yours. So the crafting stuff is real simple. So what I would do is I would go in here if I had like craft whatever, like 150 shotgun shells, I might do 150 here, and then if I had the 5 activators, I would do the 5 activators. I wouldn't do those because they have AP or they require Stardust, but essentially just the regular activators. Then if I had, you know, smelt 70 pieces of ingots, and then here, just as a tip, you can go through and you can, if you have like a bunch of copper, you can set off a bunch of these. So every time you get that on the commissions, essentially you go in and you pull a stack and it completes the commissions. Because it doesn't happen when you begin it, it happens when it ends. So you can have like a couple benches set up if you really want to power level, have some, you know, one with just a bunch of activators because that's another one, have one with just a bunch of, you know, pistols, rounds, have another one with like, you know, arrows, and you can really blow through this thing like super fast. If you have like the place 5 building pieces, you can see like we did this last night, so we have a bunch of building pieces here. We did it actually a bunch of times, but we cleaned up some of the other stuff. So that's essentially what they're going to do. And then as they go through and do this, they'll complete the first one, they'll bring V out, they'll go to the next one, refresh anything that they don't have. By the time they reach level 5, should be within like a half hour, you know, maybe an hour tops if you're, you know, teaching them how to do everything. You're going to be level 50. So boom, 0 to 50 in under 2 hours. All right, so now where do we get the Starchrom? So to get all of the Starchrom that goes for a new player, what you're going to do is there's multiple ways to do it. So you're going to hit escape. You're going to go into this Manibus thing. If you are on a server that is a PvE server, you can click on this Manibus thing here, and if you scroll down, you'll be able to select all of these. So you're going to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,500 Starchrom just from here. All right, and then you're going to go into your season goals, and then in your phase rewards, boom. Anything that they've completed, any of these circles, as you were going through doing like a lot of the commissions that we were doing, will start to unlock some of this stuff. So all the ones that are already finished, just bang those out, and boom, you'll get a couple thousand more. And then this right here is kind of the end game. If you have some time afterwards, you can stay around and finish those out to get even more, because like as you see, you know, 1,200 for the second ring, they'll probably be close to it. Even on these last ones, you know, 1,200, 1,600, 2,200. So that's all extra, but I didn't include that in like the basic stuff. The next thing that you can do is you can go into your events, so that's F3, and then in F3 you're going to grab your participate for this, so you'll get all of that. Then you go through and you do your Midsummer Gateway for your wilderness. You run this if you have like 2 or 3 people. It'll take like a couple minutes to run each. Boom, that's another 500. Then the global event, there's 2,000 here, so you'll claim that. The regular event, go down to community rewards. Even if you've claimed this on another character, you can claim it again. So you'll just basically hit F twice, 1 to continue, 1 to claim, 1 to continue, 1 to claim. So that's 180, 180, 180, 180, 180. If they have the Discord one, I think it's 500. Boom. You can even, you just unlink and then link your Discord. So that's another 500. The other ways to get Starchrom, if you can give your friend 400,000 energy link, because the energy link is going away, then what they'll want to do is they'll come in here, then they'll go to season info, or not season goals, then they'll go to the season shop, and then inside the season shop, they'll also click the Starchrom crates, and they'll go through and they'll buy all of these. So that's another 4,000 Starchrom that they get. And then after that, all of the quests that they did in the beginning, they'll get some other points, and they can go buy Starchrom crates for the different currencies in the game from, the different vendors around town. So there's tons of different ways. All in all, when you're done, you're going to be sitting on around 15 to 20,000 Starchrom on a fresh character that you just put on the server that's, less than 2 hours old. Then they'll be able to go in and basically create an entire build. And then once they're done, if you're in phase 6 or you're close to, they can just go right through the sign up process, say, hey, thanks for the free stuff, guys. Boom, click on the next server, sign up, and leave. And now you're starting on the next server with a full set of gear, all this extra Starchrom, tons of the Masuko points and things like that. So essentially, you've just kind of gave yourself a big boost. So if you have players that have never played the game before and they want to join you on the new server, this is how you do it. Hopefully you haven't left yet and you'll be able to send them the invite. But yeah, you can take a new character, or if you have alts that you want to do on like another account, this is the way to do it. You just need to have that established character. So I'm going to do this again with another friend today. So I'm getting pretty used to it. It doesn't, I'm speeding up the time. I bet you I can probably do the whole thing in under an hour if I have those space twisters so that I can jump them to each one of the pylons. Because honestly, that's like the longest part of the whole entire thing. That and, kind of training them on how to do like the original building stuff and whatnot. So that's what I do. That's what I recommend if you have new players or alts that you want to level up. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoy this kind of content, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel. And thanks again for viewing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.